Alright, this is another JavaScript application. Let me show you what it does. Just by clicking on this upload file, you're able to select your files that you're ready to upload. Let me choose this sales team, and you can see the the file size is like 519 KB, and it's uploading. You can see the progress. This progress is coming from the Ajax, and once it got uploaded, you'll see the uploaded files in the history. It will be displayed over here. Now you can see the file name followed by the file size. Let me choose another file. This time I'm going to use this image, and again you can see the progress is coming from this Ajax and the corporate.jpg. We have selected the corporate.jpg. That's what it's showing up. Now once it got uploaded, you will see the history over here. So you can see we have uploaded two images, and you can see those two images in the file. You can see we have uploaded these two images followed by the timestamp and the file name. Alright, let me just show you what it does. Now if I click on this button, you will see a file explorer showing up. Now let me just upload an image. I want you to note the file size. It says 80 KB. Just click on it and click on open. You can see I'm able to upload it. Along with the upload, you can see there is a progress bar starting from 0 till it reaches 100. Once it reaches 100, it says the file is uploaded, and you can see the history over here, and the uploaded files can be seen on the folder called here we are going to use PHP as well for 3 lines of code. So the uploaded file, you can see it on the files. So this is what we are uploaded, the file name followed by the timestamp. Now let me upload one more file. This file is going to be slightly large. Let's select the sales team. So once it get uploaded, you can see the file just pops up in the files folder, and you can see there is the history as well, which says that you have uploaded sales team, and it says that's a tick. That means it is done uploading. Now this is what we are going to see. In case if you got stuck somewhere, I have left the source code in the description. Just download it and start along with me. Now if you're interested similar projects like this, I have a complete playlist starting from episode 1. Now we are at episode 85. So if you are a very beginner, I would recommend you to start from episode 1. So if you are okay with HTML and CSS, you can directly jump into this project and start along with me. I'll leave the link of this playlist in the description in case if you want it. So that's enough for the intro. Let's work on the files. Alright, now for this project we need 3 files. The first one is index file, which is index.html, script.js file, and the style.css file. So in short, we need HTML file, CSS file, and JS file. You can see the extensions as of .html, .css, and .js. Now for the font awesome icon, I have included the CDN in the head tag. Just after the font awesome icon, we have added the external style sheet, and at the footer I have added the script tag, which is script file, which is external script file, which you can see over here in the tab right just left to the index.html file. So let me show the HTML. So we have a main container. Inside the main container we have 4 siblings. The first one is header, the second one is form, and the third one is uploading area, and the fourth one is uploaded area. So the first one is very straightforward. It does not have any internal hierarchy of HTML. For the second sibling, you can see we have a I tag which has the font awesome icon, and then we have the paragraph. And then for the uploading section and uploaded section usually both are same. Just one icon tag that has been added on the uploaded area. Now if you look at this uploading area, it's very similar to the uploaded area. So first let's just look at the uploading area. So in the uploading area we have a direct sibling, which is list item, and inside the list item we have 2 direct children. The first one is file icon and the second one is content. So here in the content we have again details and progress bar. So in the details we have the file name, and after the span tag there's a next span tag which holds the percentage, uh, the progress bar. It's the progress. It will start from 0 and it will end on 100 once it's got uploaded. Then just below the ticket details we have a progress bar which will show, based on this percentage it will have the height. So let's get into the CSS. So for now I have just added the font poppins, and for all the element will have the font family poppins. So let me create a CSS hierarchy and continue. So this is the CSS hierarchy that we got. Now let me just design it. So for the body, let's add a background color of black, and whatever is there inside should have color of white. So that's just to see the contrast. Let's add the width of 100% of viewport width, and height of 100% of viewport height, and whatever is there inside the body, it should apply it should appear in the center of the screen. So display flex, align item center, justify content center. And for the wrapper, let's have width of 400 pixel, 500 pixel, and let's have a background of white, and let's just remove the color. Now we see contrast. Now whatever is there inside the wrapper, I want the padding to be 2 rem, so that we get space around the wrapper div. If you want, you can have a border radius of 5 pixel or 4 pixel. So instead of sharp edges, now it's little curved on all the sides. Now font size, let this be 1.5 rem, or if it's too much, 2 rem, 1.2. So we'll fix the CSS later on. For the form, let's have the border of 2 pixel dashed black, and let's give the height to it 160 pixel, and whatever is there inside I want it to appear at the center. So display flex, align item center, justify content. Don't forget to have the semicolon or else the suggestion won't show up. Justify content center. Now I don't want this to be side by side, so in that case flex direction column will do the work. And for the font size, I think I have missed the I tag inside, so we can have the font size of, let's say, 15 pixel, 25 pixel. Cool. If you want, you can just add the margin top and bottom 1 rem, left and right 0. Cool. Now for the uploading area, let's have a background color, let's say something like hash, some grays just to show the difference. And we'll remove the list style from the list style none from the list item, which is li tag, and whatever is there inside should have color of white. I know that's too contrast, but we'll fix it. Now I want this to be side by side, so display flex, and let's add a height of 50 pixel. If that's too small, we'll change it, and line height as 50 pixel, so whatever is there inside it will be at the center. In that case, you can have align items center as well. Justify content, if don't make justify content center, or else this is how it looks. We'll make justify content space between. Space between also doesn't work. Space, we'll fix that later on. And let's give padding to it. Padding top bottom 0, left right 2 rem. or left right one rem, and we need some space for the content, so display sorry margin left one rem for the content, you see. So we need to add progress bar as well, so for that it's better to have the height like 80, and inside the content, let me just show you the HTML. So this is content. Inside the content we have details and progress bar. So let's just design the progress bar first, so just we see what actually is going on. Height of say 6 pixel, width let's say 100 percentage, and background color black. So let's give width to the content as 100 percentage. So there's some problem over here. In case if you got stuck somewhere, just get into the inspect, and we have given 100% but it's not taking up, so it's limiting to the content div. So let's just give width to the row, so it would fix width of 100 percentage. Yeah, and now the content, you can see there is some problem here, and now you got it. Cool. So I know the color doesn't fix well, but we'll do it. Cool. Now if you see, everything seems to be fine, but we need to fix the line height, I believe. Let's add some margin, one rem, margin top. So let's remove the height from the list item, so let it take automatically, and if that makes an issue we'll do the work. And for top and bottom also there should be one rem. And in the details, I think it's taking too much space. We need to make the font size smaller. So for the details, let me just make the font size 80 percentage, and for the progress bar, inside the progress bar we have a progress. Let's just make the width of 50 percentage and the height of 100 percentage, and let's have the background color red just to see the difference. Cool. And for the progress bar, let me just give margin top of 0, or in negative way minus 10 pixel. Cool. Now I feel it is taking the edge to edge, so for that let's just increase the padding top, right, bottom, left. Cool. Now get into the list item and add this padding. List item, we have added the class called row, so padding, we can remove this. Cool. Now we see there is more space on the top of the row if you want, let's just make this 0, and cool, that fits well. Now you can see the container of this, which is the row, has flex align item center, but it's not perfectly center because we have given negative margin to the progress bar. So in that case, we can have some margin top to the first child, margin top 1 rem, and it's the first child only. Cool. The same way, what we can do is we can make the style for the rest of this just by copy pasting it. For the row, we need to get the row section style, format document, cool. And for the there was an issue. On copy pasting, yeah, you can see I have made a mistake of having this all the places. Just replace this by removing the curly brace, and now that's done. And we just need to copy paste it for the for the content. We see, do we have any? So I have just copy pasted the same and just changed the color to little gray. Now the problem is we need to make the uh, uploading percent to be appear at the right side. So in that case, just get into this tab, which is details. So display flex align items center, justify content, space between. So here you go. Now you can copy this, get into the style sheet, and paste it. And here again we have the image name and file name getting overlapped. Same display flex. So in this case, flex direction column, one below the other. So this is uploaded area. Not one. The reason for making this flex direction column is flex direction makes the section side by side as a row. So we are overriding with flex column. So we need one below the other. And if you feel the font size is too big or the padding is too big, you can make this way. Top bottom 0.5, left right 1 rem, but depending upon your requirement. And let me just make this even smaller. So it's the history. So it's the history section, that means we have uploaded it. So it doesn't need that highlight. So we can remove that. I believe I have fixed all the CSS. So let's get into the JavaScript. Now what we're going to do is, when I click on the form, I want the file explorer to open up. So in the JavaScript, I have just missed one line of code in the form where we need to add one more field, which is input file, and let the class be file input. Now if you see, if I click on it, I'll be able to choose the file. Now what we need to do is, we need to call these stuffs in the JavaScript. So document dot query selector form, which is form tag, and then we have input file tag, which is inside form we have input. So when I click on the form, add event listener, so when I click on this, I want the input tag should get the click. So before that, in the CSS where we have form, we have to make this cursor as pointer. Refresh this, and in the HTML, let's just make this form, sorry, input type hidden, so input type file as hidden. So if I click on it, I should see the file explorer open up. Fine, that's working. Now as we select the file, let's get the selected files and display it on the console. So what we can do is we need to add a listener on the input, so that listener is going to be change dot add event listener, which is change. So when there is change is detected, so this dot, so let me just show you this console dot log, so we can get the first file with the index 0. We can select multiple files, but to get only the first file, we'll pass the index 0. Refresh it, click on it, try selecting some value, let's say n1. Now you got all the values related to n1. So let me pass another parameter. So this time it is just this. Let's see what we get as the second console. So this is just an input. Cool, not an issue. To get the name, you'll see the file has name property, size property, type property, and so on. So dot name will give you the name property. Cool, but this time let's just store this file into a variable called file, and if there is file, there are cases that we have opened the Explorer but we will not select any file. At that time there will be error saying that we could not find the name. So in that case what we can do is we have added an if statement. If the file is selected, then only display it. If the file is not selected, and just close that as it is. Let me try whether the else works or not. Not selected. Close it. Okay, not selected is not working, but that's okay. But the error is not there. Now I have converted the static file into local host. You can see I have stored all the values, all the folder in the desktop. Then I have moved the folder inside C drive, xampp, htdocs, and you can see. So this is the file. I have pasted it. I have not changed any value. I have just pasted from desktop to the file location which I am showing now. And then I have xampp. I have made this Apache and MySQL run just by clicking on start. So once you click on start, you can open your folder name by localhost and then followed by your folder name. Index file is optional. It by default opens your index.html, and this is how we set up our xampp from static to server. The reason for local setup is we are going to use PHP file to upload our file into a specified folder. So I have created a PHP file. So we'll get the input value from the HTML, and here we need to specify the name attribute. That's only when PHP will able to understand the file that has been uploaded. So the name attribute, I am calling it over here, and I'm getting the name, and I'm getting this temporary name, and I'm passing the uploaded name. That means I'm going to upload it on a folder called files, which is inside the PHP folder. So here inside I'm going to save the file, and the name is going to be the time with the file name. Time is the function, will give the current time, and the function, and the file name is we got through the name attribute. Now I'm moving this. This is the PHP function. Move uploaded file into the folder called files. And now we need to create an XML request, which is an AJAX request. So we need to pass this into a function called upload file. Now let's just define this function. So in this function we will be sending the file to the server with the help of the PHP function, PHP file which we have created. And here we will receive the name. As we know, we have passed the attribute here, this dot files dot name, and now we need to create an XML HTTP request object. So let's create a variable xhr, which is nothing but XML HTTP request, and here we need to create an object XML HTTP request. And here what we have done is we are creating a new XML object, which is an AJAX. And now with the AJAX we are going to open a file, which is nothing but our PHP file. Open the request is going to be either post or get. Since it's for security reason, it's always recommended to use post, because it will be encrypted, it will not be shown on the URL. And where the data should be sent, it should be sent to the PHP folder. You can see we have PHP folder, inside we have PHP file, which is upload.php. and now we are sending the post request to the specified URL, which is nothing but php/upload.php. Now we need to send the form data to the page. So dot send. So how will we getting the form data? We'll be creating an object called new form data, and we'll receive the form from this form tag and just store it as form data, and we'll be sending the form data over here. As of now we just have only one input field, so only one input field will be sent. And if everything goes well, our file will be saved in this files folder. Now what we need to do is we need to get the progress bar. As we know, we have a progress bar. The upload, it should we should able to get the total time that required to get uploaded on the folder, and then the progress time. To note the progress time, the XML HTTP request object has a function called upload. So here this has a function called upload. We can access it with this variable object name or the reference to the object. We can upload it with upload, and we can set an event listener, which is progress, and as a callback we can access E, and now we can display the E. So what really happens is we are uploading the value to the folder called files, and while uploading we are noting down the progress. So over here, let me just get into the console. So I'm going to purposely make the internet slow just by getting into slow 3G. Now refresh this and let's try to upload. So as it gets uploaded, this function will has an progress event, and it will note the progress and display it on the console. Let's try it. So you can see the loaded time and the total time. This is what we need to take note of, and let's just see whether we have uploaded our file in the files folder. And you see we got the time followed by the name. So this is happening because of the name which we have given on the upload.php. Time followed by the name. I have added n1, so it has been properly uploaded without any issue or without any error. So now what we got is the, let me just open it. On the console you'll see the loaded file and the total file. This is the for total kV, total byte value, and this is the uploaded value. So this is not time, this is the size of the file. So on the e dot loaded e dot total, let me just see whether we are able to print the total file on the console instead of the whole object. This time let's upload n2, and you can see we are able to get it. And now what we need to do is we need to convert the time into percentage. So in this case what we can do is file loaded, the percentage of file loaded, which is e dot loaded divided by e dot total into 100, which will give the percentage of loaded. And not to forget, we should make this math dot floor, or else we'll get some decimal values. Cool. Once we get this, now file loaded percent and file loaded size, and we'll get the size as well with the math.floor, the total file loaded into, or let's say divide by 1024, which will give you the size in KB, I believe. Now let's just display the values. Console.log the percentage and the file size in KB. Now we can remove this, and I'm sure the second file will also got uploaded, which is n1. Now again we'll upload the n1 again. So we got third file in our files folder, and this is the progress 19, 39, 59, 79, totally 100, and this is the file size in KB. Cool. If I hover it, you should see a tooltip saying that the size is 80 KB. So our file size matches, so we need to display it. Let's just see. So now let's just append this value into our HTML. So for now let me just remove all the static HTML on our Visual Studio Code. So we have two sections, as we see, the uploading area and the uploaded area. So here the uploading area, the uploaded area. So we'll create two sections. And the uploaded area, and in the uploading area we'll directly use the HTML. Just get the row, just copy this or comment it and just paste it inside the uploading area. And what are the values that we got? We need to display it over here. Now we have a name here, and where we get the name? Yeah, we can get the name from here. And dollar, this is template literal. And to note the percentage, here the percentage. And to give the width to the progress, we can have inline style width percentage, and we can give this percent. And as of now we don't need file size here. Let's just check, refresh this page. If you want, you can just comment this row as well. Refresh it, upload some, let's just upload some image. And the main thing is we have to get this div in our JavaScript. We totally forgot that. Uploading area div, and we need to append it dot inner HTML equal to our uploading area div. Let's just try again. Afternoon, you can see the progress, and there's a problem here somewhere, and somewhere we have written this 100. Yeah, it's coming from here. We have to give percentage. Let's try uploading one more time. This time we'll choose another image, and you can see the file name, percentage, and the progress is working as we thought. Now let's show the history section, which is uploaded section. So this should only show when the total is equal to the e dot total is equal to the e dot loaded. So once this is success, so we want to remove the uploading section, and over here we need to show the history. Just copy this section and paste it, and here we need to add uploaded area, and we are not going to use inner HTML. We instead will be using insert adjacent. So there's a function called insert adjacent HTML, and after begin, and then we need to pass our div, which is dynamically created. Now we have to pass the name, which we can get it over here, and size in KB over here, and this time the progress is 100% by default because it got uploaded. Everything seems fine. Let's try adding the file. I'm refreshing it. Let's try adding the first file, which is afternoon. So it says there's an error in this section. It's not equal, it's double equal. Let's just try manually making this even slower. Not offline, but we are already even working on slow mode. Let's just try this and commenting. That seems to be working. Let's just show this value, console.log. This is loaded. Oh, I'm sorry, you can see both are loaded. One should be total. Silly mistake. Let's try uploading an image afternoon, and once it got uploaded, you can see it shows up in the list. Let's try uploading the other. So we have two. We are uploading the third one. We are uploading the fourth one, and you can see the list is there. I think the scope of this video is done. Let's see whether we have to fix something.